Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing here should be considered financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risks before investing.
Welcome back everyone to another Bitcoin update. So here we are on the chart, and not too much has happened since the last update. Still kind of the same range bounding that we have been in. We were kind of talking about some of the scenarios. We did see a bit of a sell-off, so it's kind of our last hope for this C wave to the upside that we were kind of talking about. Right now we are above. We fell below it, and then we quickly bounced back up above this final line at 67,114, and for that would be that white A, B, C to the upside, where all of this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 wave move up. Right now it is low confidence of that happening just because of how deep this correction was, and that it is totally possible this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move to the downside. And we won't really know whether or not this could be just a reset of this B wave in the white scenario, or whether this is just a 5th wave to the downside. Until we see the next move up, whether it's a choppy 3-wave move and a rejection from resistance, or whether we get a more impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move up and a 3-wave move down, that will kind of be our indicator whether or not we are in this white wave scenario or this orange 5th wave to the downside. Now, obviously, this could just be old range movement, and we could even form a 5-wave move up and still get rejected and keep doing range movements like we have. I mean, it's been really obviously not fun for the past month to just be going with no clear direction or trend in the market, just kind of sideways price action, and that's obviously can be frustrating. But in terms of what we have for our scenarios, I mean, structures will always break when we are going sideways like this and there is no clear trend, so we kind of always have to remain to the possibility that this could extend a little bit more. I mean, with the new trading week this week, obviously it would be ideal and nice to have this one of these two scenarios have a indicator that it's playing out, rather than just continuous 3-wave movements up and down with no clear trend. But obviously that's also not guaranteed. So we'll quickly go through the scenarios. Like we said, for this white wave, A, B, C to the upside, all in that A wave. And for our orange wave scenario, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move down in the first wave. Then it could be a 3-wave move up in the second wave. And then we could get that 3rd wave to the downside, and then a 4th wave corrective move up, and then a final 5th wave to the downside, where we can test that 50,000 level area that we were talking about in some of the last videos of those swing lows and swing highs, between 50 to 59,000, in which we would be looking for that zone. Once we get confirmation of that happening, we will kind of add a support zone for that as well. But right now we are right back to the middle of this trend. So our first indication that this white wave is indeed playing out for the C wave would be a break above resistance at 70,820 for the upper boundary, and then our lower boundary is 68,850, as well as a 5-wave move up and a 3-wave move down. Those would be good indicators. A break of this swing high back here, which was around 71,302, and then our final indicator would obviously be a break above this wave high up here, which is at 74,000. Now for this resistance, we could form a 3-wave move up, even break above a swing high and resistance, and maybe even extend up before we can get rejected. That's why it's important to have a 5-wave move up and a 3-wave move down, because we could still get a 5-wave move up and then get rejected as well. So that wouldn't really be surprising. Like we were talking about last video, a exact scenario where we tested these highs again got rejected, and we went for another low, like we were talking about in the 2022 Bitcoin bear market, of this exact scenario or something very similar to this playing out. And that's why it's just so important to kind of look at these indicators short term to kind of see that we could always just retest different ranges and moves before getting rejections. Like, for example, it wouldn't be surprising to test this lower boundary and then bounce off it and get that C wave as well. That wouldn't be surprising to see at all. So our indication for this orange wave to play out is, obviously we kind of already had it. This is low confidence of this holding, but 67,114, a break below that, a sustained break, that would be our first indication of either a B wave extension or this fifth wave playing out to the downside. Now so far, 1, 2, 3, we could get a fourth wave move up into this resistance zone, and then we could get a rejection, and then that could create a larger degree first wave where we could possibly test this support zone down here as well, between 60,252 to 63,166. We don't need to, but if we do, then we have that confirmation of that. Obviously, a break below this B wave low would obviously indicate that we could possibly be going for a B wave extension. So once we get that 5 wave move down, if we do not test that zone and we start a bounce from there, if we do test that zone and break below that B wave low, well, that could be an indication that the B wave is just going for an extension. However, if we do not test the support zone, then we would have to adjust our resistance zone, and we will just have to wait and see how the next rally takes place. Will be a B, C corrective 3-wave move up before getting a rejection. Well, that would be a pretty good indicator that that could just be forming a 1-2 setup to the downside, where we get a third wave, fourth wave, and then that fifth wave to the downside as well. So those are the things that I will be looking for. Once we break below this lower support region and obviously the swing lows, well, then that's our indication that this fifth wave in the orange is playing out. Now, it is still possible that we do break below all of these to test those lows, and we could still get that bounce as well. That's always something to look out for as well, where we could be having a bear fake out as well. So yeah, not too much has changed. Just wanted to run through the scenarios. Hopefully all that made sense and was pretty simple. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.